Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks. It's cold, but the sun is shining today, so that's a plus. And I'm enjoying it. Had to take Jessie out for her morning business. There's frost on the car, and there's frost on the leaves, and it got really cold last night, but it is December, so I guess that's to be expected. Jessie is full of piss and vinegar this morning. She likes the cold weather. She's decided she doesn't like to get her feet wet, though, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like when it snows. Today, I'm going to be setting up my December reflection and start filling it out a little bit. I like to have it ready ahead of time because I kind of fill it out during the month as I go. And so I'll be setting that up, and then I'm also going to set up my next journaling page so it's ready for tomorrow. Again, using the Sterling ink stickers. This set is from, I believe that is again the September kit. And then for the daily journaling, I'm using the December kit, I believe. So, there's a look back at the one that I had done previously. Just I'm getting an idea of like, oh yeah, that's what I did. That's how I set it up. So, as we start thinking about, reflecting on how our year went and looking forward and trying to decide what goals we want to achieve in the next year coming up, it kind of got me thinking about productivity and how we have this expectation that we should always be efficient and we should always be productive and we should always have something, to be working towards. And it's really odd that I'm sitting here having this conversation with the planner community because that's the whole point of planning, right? To be more efficient and so we can get more done and we can be more productive. But I think sometimes that it can get taken just a little too far, almost to this level of, it could be toxic. I could see, if you don't ever have a chance to rest or relax because you feel like that is, not allowed or it's not okay, then I think that might be kind of moving into that toxic range of productivity. Society has put this expectation on us that we have to get so much stuff done, that we always have to be going, and that it's not okay to just stop and, enjoy the present moment, enjoy the beauty of the present without always having to look forward and plan for the next big thing or look backwards and reflect on what did we do wrong and how could we do better. And not that those are bad things, but that I think sometimes it just can be overwhelming. And sometimes it's okay to just stop and go, you know what? I'm just going to focus on today. And so that was kind of my little mini rant about productivity. But all of that said, I do have some goals moving forward into 2025, things that I would like to achieve, but I'm not going to say they're resolutions. I really don't like resolutions. I feel like that just puts too much pressure. I think goals should be, in small chunks, achievable and, with some flexibility built in there so that if you mess up a little bit, you don't automatically fail. So that said, yeah, I do have some goals, moving into 2025, but I'm going to be gentle with myself and I'm going to be allow myself to take some breaks and not feel guilty for allowing myself to rest and be in the present and enjoy the present moment. I've heard, some people say that taking that time out, that the people that kind of live that slow life, that I hear lazy thrown around a lot. Like if you take the opportunity to rest and you do that on a regular basis, that somehow you're lazy, or that if you stop for a minute, that makes you lazy. And I really, there are days when I just want to ban that word from the language, because like, you're allowed to rest. You need to rest. And that doesn't make you lazy. That makes you more productive in the long run. So, yeah, I just wish that wasn't a thing, that we didn't have to go to extremes. Like you're either lazy or you're hyper productive. We need balance. And so going into 2025, that's going to be more of my focus. I want to be more balanced between rest and living in the moment and living in the present, but still having a focus on the future so that I can move forward towards achieving some of the goals that I want. But I don't want to beat myself up about it on a daily basis. So one of those goals is to lose weight, or at the very least not gain any weight, not gain any more weight, and to try to get back into some kind of shape and like try to regain some muscle mass. I'm getting into my 50s, and things are just changing for me physically, and things aren't as easy as they used to be. And I work from home, which has its benefits, but it also has some downsides. Some of that being the isolation and just loneliness, and I'll talk about that in a different video. And this tendency to kind of vegetate, just be still and be at home and kind of sedentary. At least for me, I have that tendency. I know that's not everybody, but it is for me, and I need to be more active. And so that's part of my goal, is to lose some weight and be more active. And to that end, I think I'm going to go back on a sort of a keto diet. It's not going to be strict keto, but it's going to be like definitely very, very, very low carb, high protein, high fat diet. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it has worked for me in the past, and not so, it hasn't been such a long, long time ago that was effective for me. In 2019, I started keto for the first time, and I actually ended up losing 40 pounds over the course of that year. And I had gotten down to 160 pounds, and I felt fantastic. I felt great, and I had a lot of energy, and everything was just going really well. And I would like to get back to that. I had started it because some girls at work, actually there was probably 4 or 5 girls at work that I was working with that had been doing this keto diet for months, and I'd been watching them just drop weight, and they were telling me about all the success that they were having. And at the time I was like, you can't do that, it's so unhealthy, and you can't eat all that fat, and you have to have a balanced diet. But I kept seeing this, like the weight was just falling off of them. Like they were all having this like great success with this diet. And so, they were like, you really should try it. And so after watching them for like several months and struggling, I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I'm so glad that I did, because it worked for me. And so I think I want to do that again. And I had kind of been off and on doing that. I got away from it for the last 3 or 4 years for several reasons, but I was kind of been in and out, but I got really lazy, there's that word, sloppy is probably a better word, with how I was doing the diet. And I was eating things I shouldn't have been eating, a lot of dairy, a lot of cheese, using a lot of sweeteners, drinking soda, and I wasn't really keeping my carb count down as low as I should have. But I'm going to do it right, or closer to right. And I've actually already started, and I got my initial weight, and I have my goal. I would love to get back down to 160, and that's about 35 pounds for me. So I'm going to give myself the year. I'm not going to try to do it in some crazy short amount of time. We'll do it safely. And, I was averaging about 2 pounds a week before. So if I can do 2 pounds a week again, I think that'll be good. And so that's my goal kind of moving into 2025. And to move, I'm going to do some sort of activity, probably walking. And I don't know, I will try to do some weights. I would love to be able to. I have some neck problems that kind of make that difficult. So I'll have to be very, very careful with that. But we'll see. Maybe I will add that in as well. But so that is my goals moving forward for the most part into 2025. And I don't know that I'm going to set up a page in my planner that talks about my goals. I did that last year. It's actually in this planner that's sitting in front of me. But like I said, I never looked back on it really again for the entire year. And I briefly looked at it just before I made this video, kind of see what I had written there. And it just was like, I don't know that this was really helpful for me. So I don't know that it's necessary for me to write it down. I know what my goals are, and I will be tracking them. I'm going to be tracking my weight as we go through the year in the new year, and I'm tracking some of the other habits that I would like to, cultivate, like drinking more water and eating no sugar and staying in ketosis and that kind of thing. So I will be tracking that in 2025. And I haven't made it yet, but I plan on making a video for my 2025 planner setup. I started it already. Part of it is done, but I should get some of it filmed, and we'll have another little chat about something during that video. But I am almost done here. It won't take me but a minute or two to get this journaling page set up. I'm trying to decide which of these stickers I want to use, and I love her stickers. They just melt into the page, and they're so beautiful, and I love working with them. My journal I'm journaling in is Astology, an A5 Astology 365, which I really enjoyed this year, and I've been in it the whole year. All of my daily journaling has been in this particular book, and I have enjoyed it. There was a few things I didn't really like about it. I don't love the paper. I really like the Tomoe River paper better, and I just like the feel of the paper better, and I like the way my inks work on the Tomoe River paper better as well. The Astology does not take gel inks very well. I have some 0.7 Energels that I love, and I use them a lot, and they don't work well on the Astology. You have to be careful because they will bleed if I push too hard, if I'm not careful. I do use them still, but I have had some places where they kind of bled through a little bit, and I didn't like that, and I didn't want to give up my pens, so because I haven't found other ones that I liked. I've tried the Sarasa Clip. I've tried some other ones, and I didn't really care for them. So all of that to say, in the new year, I will be journaling in the back of my Sterling ink, my A5 all-in-one planner. I'll have the daily journaling in the back of that, so I'll get to use the Tomoe River paper for my journaling. And I'm really looking forward to having everything all in one book, even though it's probably going to be super thick. and heavy. I think I'll be able to kind of work around that. I don't bulk up my planners too much. A little bit, they do bulk up a little bit, but not too bad. And I'll just do like I did here and turn it back on itself to kind of make it flat towards, towards the end of the year if it starts, really getting difficult to write in, like bulky on one side. So I am just about done. I like to divide my page in half and write on each, like in columns, instead of just writing straight across the whole page. I usually, almost always divide the page in half, like I've done here. And I really enjoy that. And so we are done. That's my journaling page. We're all done. I appreciate you.